In this video, I'm going to talk about how I designed a character from a cool novel I just read and something really awesome that happened as a result of it. I had just read this fun book by Nicolas Eames called Kings of the Wyld. It was a fantasy novel, a sword and sorcery type novel, all about Dungeons and Dragons style adventure. I had a lot of fun reading it, and I wanted to try my hand at creating a cartoon style character design based on the main character of that novel. It's about an old and grizzled guy named Clay Cooper who used to be an adventurer, part of a famous band called Saga. And now he has a family and he's settled down and getting tired. But one day his friend Gabriel comes to visit Clay Cooper, and Gabriel says that his daughter is in danger and asks Clay to help him save his daughter and to get the band back together. And so they decide to get the band back together and go and save Gabriel's daughter. And so you've basically got four old guys who plan on traveling 1,000 miles to save one of their members' daughter, who is trapped in a city that's under siege and surrounded by 100,000 bloodthirsty monsters. And Clay Cooper, the main character, is like the strong, rough guy who his nickname is Slow Hand, because in most fights that he gets in, he gets hit first. And he gets his nose broken several times in this book, and so I tried to draw a big crooked nose. And he uses his shield as a weapon. He has a big wood shield that he created himself when years ago the band hunted down a crazy treant monster. That's a monster that is basically a giant tree that was killing people and infamous, and he killed that treant and cut the wood out of its heart and made a shield out of it. And now Clay uses this shield, and really the shield is like a weapon. That's the first time I've seen that done in a fantasy novel. He uses it as a shield, but he also kills a lot of monsters using the shield as a weapon. I thought that was really cool, so I wanted to make sure I drew a really rough and battered wooden shield that looks like it's been through a lot of fighting. I started my character design off by doing silhouettes of all 5 members of the band. And then I chose the silhouette of what would be Clay Cooper, and over top of that I started adding the details. I took a character design course from Steven Silver from schoolism.com, and that's where I learned about the importance of silhouettes. So something awesome that happened is that once I finished drawing this, I posted it on Instagram and hashtagged it with the name of the novel, Kings of the Wyld. And it was just a couple hours later that the actual author of the book saw my drawing and actually commented and thanked me for it and said that he loved it. And then he reposted it on his Instagram. So I thought that was just awesome. I really just drew it because I loved the story, and suddenly a new audience is looking at my stuff now. I had also been looking at some great artwork in a magazine called Character Design Quarterly. And there were a few artists in there that were using like a chalk or a pastel tool to color their characters. And so I used the chalk tool in Procreate to color this, and I think it gives it both a soft and also a kind of rough texture. Drawing Clay Cooper's face, I pulled up a photo of Liam Neeson and I kind of drew his nose, and then I exaggerated it really big. And then I pulled up some photos of medieval wooden shields as references, and also suits of armor. because I want to start using more reference when I draw. So if you're into Dungeons and Dragons type stuff and fantasy adventures, and you want to see 5 old guys go on one last adventure, then pick up the book Kings of the Wyld by Nicolas Eames. And let me know if you want to see more character design like this. Thanks.